Okay, so we're going to talk about Dr. Laura Schlessinger and what she did. And, she said the N-word 11 times. Why do you think that she did this?
Well, what I want to know for starters is why does she want to use it? What is the burning desire people have to use that word just because they hear some black people use it? It's such a horrible word. I wasn't raised to use the N-word. I know millions of other black people who know the history of that word, which is that it's a word that demeaned us, that made us feel like less than human beings, that came out of the slavery era when we were considered less than human. So it was, I can't say that it was surprising because Dr. Laura, I think, is nuts, but, I don't know what point she was trying to make except, well, I heard some people using it, so I'm going to use it. But it's so much deeper than that, It's so much more than just a word. It's really what it represents. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, in your opinion, is there a difference when someone who is not African American says the N-word? Is there a difference when a white person says it or an African American person says it?
Well, here's the thing about N that is unique. It's the only word that demeans a race of people that's also sort of been absorbed into pop culture, because you've got it in songs and you hear people kind of using it back and forth. The history of the N-word was when a white person said it, it was not, it was a put down, a horrible put down. So the ancestors of those people wanting to use it, again, I say, why? Why do you want to use it? Having said that, I'm African American. I've always been African American. And tens of millions of us hate that word and don't use that word and weren't raised to use that word. That's who I am. So that just because a small percentage of black folks use it doesn't mean everybody uses it. It would be as silly as saying, I saw a white girl with her hair in a ponytail, therefore all white girls wear ponytails. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Isn't that dumb?
And, do you think that there's another word in our language that's just as controversial?
No, because I don't think there's any word that refers to an ethnic group like African Americans that was used to demean us and keep us in a place of less than human status. Now, every ethnic group has their own derogatory language, Italians use certain words. We've heard a lot of controversy about what they call each other on Jersey Shore.
Yeah.
Jews have certain words. Asians probably have certain words. But this one, what makes N so unique, I think, again, is that it's also been absorbed in a lot of pop culture. And I hate it. I hate hearing it. I hate hearing it in a rap song. I hate hearing little kids use it back and forth who don't know. They just think it's a term of endearment. It's not. I just don't feel like they don't know their history. So, and Dr. Laura, she's a bonehead. I mean, in her case, like, the N-word is numbskull. She's just, and I feel sorry for this poor black girl who called her for advice, which was a mistake to start with, who's in this interracial marriage. And among the other things that Dr. Laura said, she said that that this woman was oversensitive, and if she couldn't take her husband's friends using the N-word, then she shouldn't have married outside her race.
Yeah, but, okay, so I'm just going to play devil's advocate.
Oh, I love it.
Some people say freedom of speech. She has the right to say whatever she wants.
She's just stupid, that's all. But, the intelligence of the remarks, that's a whole different thing. But, of course, she can say whatever she wants. You would hope or think that if you're on the radio and lots of people get a chance to hear you, you'd sort of think before you say the things that you say. But hey, it's ratings, it's controversy. We're talking about her right now, and I think it's helping her ratings. So I would never say she can't say it, but again, just getting back to that word, why do you want to say it? That's what I would ask people. Why do you want to say it so bad?
Do you think because, talk radio, it's known to be controversial, do you think that she did it for the rating?
Yeah, I think the umbrella of talk radio gives her a cover, like it gives Rush Limbaugh a cover. They can say all kinds of things, but it's entertainment. They're trying to be funny. They're Don Imus, paid to be outrageous, and they are. So they can kind of get away with that. But Whether it's intelligent, that's another matter. I think that in the case of race, she's as insensitive and stupid as just about anybody I've ever heard, with all due respect.
Freedom of speech, right there. Now, she did come out. She apologized.
Did you read the apology?
I did not.
You know, there's like a whole movement these days.
What did she say?
Well, I can't quote it. I have it in my notes over there. But it was one of those non-apology apologies where someone says, I did not mean to offend anyone, and if I did, that was not my intent. So the words... But she did, unlike a lot of people who use that and never say, I'm sorry, she did say, I'm sorry. She was very sorry. And then she said she was trying to make a larger philosophical point. And I went through the notes, on our website. Couldn't find the larger philosophical point. Couldn't find it anywhere. What is the point? It's not there.
So what do you think should happen to her?
It'd be nice if she at least got fined or something. I mean, on CBS this morning, if I tried to say what Dr. Laura said, it would have been bleeped. Clearly, that's a violation of some sort, right? So I doubt that she'll be fired. Her ratings will probably go up higher. She'll have more attention, which means more revenue. And money seems to be the name of the game. But, if it were my world, she'd be fired and I'd have her show.
All right, plug for a show with Nancy. Okay, so you're of the opinion that the N-word should just never be used.
No,
okay.
No.
So then,
look, we can't wipe it out of our history, but it's an important part of our history. It's not just like an Italian saying Guido. It's not the same. It's a word that was started by bigoted white people to keep black people feeling like second-class citizens and dehumanized. But despite the fact that there are African Americans who think it's cool to use it, I think they're idiots. I do. I don't like it. I think no one should use it. It's a hateful, painful word in our history that, I'd like nobody to use, but we do have freedom of speech. So
how do you get people to stop using the word?
You know what? You can't, because we have free will. And like I said, there are some people who think that it's cool. Some people actually, I think they're misguided, think it's like a term of endearment. Like it's used. I live in a neighborhood. Here's a good example. I live in a neighborhood that doesn't have a lot of black folks, mostly Italian. And I overhear the kids. I live right across the street from the high school. I hear them during recess or whatever, break. And the guys especially will laugh and talk to each other and say, N, man, this N did this and this N. And I've gone up to them and said, why are you using that word? Do you understand that word? And I get a variety of responses. Sometimes they'll go, oh, I'm sorry, lady. Other times they'll go, what? What's the big deal? And other times they'll say, I heard it in a song. Shut up, da-da-da. So
the songs are, the rap music is having an influence.
I think it's horrible that they do that. I think it's stupid. I think it's self-hate. I just think that the people who use it just aren't educated enough to remember their history. But having said that, you cannot stop people from using a word. I mean, like I was saying, it's not the same, but can you stop people from cursing? Can you stop little kids from wanting to curse? No. Forbidden language, ooh, Oh, right. Time to wrap it up.
Well, thank you.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
You saw the signal.
I saw the wrap it up signal, so I know. But I could talk and talk about this.
Yeah,
for a long
well,
time.
thank you. You'll have to come back.
Thank you. And you know what I have to say? It's really nice to have a real conversation about things, about race. This is nice to just really be able to talk about it. And hopefully if it lets some people know that all black people don't think the same way, just like all white people don't think like Dr. Laura, then hopefully we're, making a step in the right direction.
At least we're talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Great to see you.
Thank you.